He introduced himself, Chapter 1. The clearing. She woke to the sound of nothing. No traffic, no voices, no hum of electricity, just wind moving through trees. At first, she thought she was still dreaming. Her eyes opened slowly. Light filtered through tall branches, pale and golden, cutting through drifting mist. The air was cold enough to sting her lungs when she breathed in. She was lying on dirt, not grass, not pavement, dirt and leaves and stones. Her head throbbed. She pushed herself upright and immediately felt dizzy, the world tilting sideways. She wrapped her arms around her knees and waited for it to stop. "Okay," she whispered. Her voice sounded wrong out here, too small. She looked down at herself. Her clothes were dirty, damp, like she'd been sleeping outside for hours. Maybe longer. She didn't remember coming here. Didn't remember camping. Didn't remember anything after... nothing. There was a hole in her memory, a smooth, empty space where time should have been. Panic tried to rise. She forced it down. Not yet. "Hello?" she called. The word vanished into the mist. No answer. Her heart began to beat faster. She took a few cautious steps forward. Leaves crunched beneath her feet, loud in the silence. Every sound felt amplified, like the woods were listening. She stood unsteady and turned in a slow circle. Trees surrounded her in every direction, tall evergreens close together, their branches weaving into a shadowed ceiling. Fog hung low between the trunks, shifting with every breeze. No road, no trail, no sign, just forest. That was when she saw him. He was sitting on the far side of the clearing, half turned away from her, propped against a fallen log, head lowered, hands resting on his knees. For a second, she didn't understand what she was looking at. Then it clicked. A person. A man. Her breath caught in her throat, but that didn't matter. All her body knew was this. Alone. Lost. Forest. Man. Her pulse spiked. Every story she'd ever heard, every warning, every headline, every late-night fear flooded her at once. Her muscles tensed. She took a step back. A twig snapped. The sound was sharp, obvious. He looked up. Their eyes met. Time froze. He didn't move right away, just stared, like he was trying to understand if she was real. She stared back, frozen, heart hammering. Then he raised his hands, slowly, carefully, like he was approaching a wild animal. "Hey," he said. His voice was quiet, hoarse, not aggressive. "Hey, it's okay, I'm not..." He stopped himself, swallowed. He hesitated. "I'm Evan. I don't want to scare you." He took one small step forward. That was enough. She turned and ran. Branches whipped at her arms. Leaves slipped beneath her feet. Her lungs burned as she crashed through the trees without direction, without thought. Behind her, she thought she heard him call out, but she didn't look back. She didn't slow down. She didn't care if she tripped. All she knew was that she had to get away. Away from him. Away from the clearing. Away from the thing her instincts were screaming about. She ran until her chest felt like it would split open, until her legs shook, until she collapsed behind a thick tree and pressed herself against the bark, trying not to sob too loudly. She covered her mouth, listened, waited. The forest remained silent. No footsteps, no voice, no pursuit. Still, she stayed there for a long time, too afraid to move, too afraid to think. Somewhere, far behind her, Evan stood alone in the clearing, hands still half raised, staring at the place where she had been. And for the first time since waking up, he understood. He was alone.